Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. Glad to see you again. We continue our lesson still in this topic, acid and base. Alright, so today we are going to cover learning outcome H. Right, so explain salt hydrolysis using hydrolysis equation and classify the salt form from the reaction between strong acid and strong base, strong acid and weak acid and strong base. Right, so I think you are very familiar with this. So this is sodium chloride. Sodium chloride is one of the example of a salt. So usually people add sodium chloride in food to make the food more tasteful. So in this lesson, we are going to classify whether sodium chloride is a neutral salt, a basic salt, or an acidic salt. Salt hydrolysis is the reaction of an ion or a cation of a salt with water. So most salt are completely 100% ionized in water. For example, solid sodium ethanoate is 100% ionized in water and it will form sodium ion and ethanoate ion. Since salt are completely or 100% ionized, so you have to use forward arrow. And the reaction here is irreversible reaction. So, and one more thing, remember, salt are in solid phase. And for the cation and the anion are in aqueous phase. Salt that produce neutral solution usually consists of an ion from strong acid and cation from strong base. So the ions do not ionize in water. Because of that, it will produce neutral solution. For example, that sodium chloride solution. So solid sodium chloride is hydrolyzed in water, 100% hydrolyzed in water, and it will produce sodium ion and chloride ion. Right, since sodium ion is came from strong base, that is sodium hydroxide, and chloride ion is came from strong acid, that is HCl. So neither sodium ion nor chloride ion ionize in water. So because of that, salt solution of sodium chloride is a neutral salt with pH equals to 7. Salt that produce acidic solution usually consists of an ion from strong acid and cation from weak base. Cation react as a weak acid and it will form acidic solution. Right, for example, like ammonium chloride solution. Solid ammonium chloride is 100% hydrolyzed in water and it will form ammonium ion and chloride ion. Alright, so chloride ion is came from strong acid, that is HCl. Whereas ammonium ion is came from a weak base. That is ammonia. Because of that, so only ammonium ion can ionize in water. Whereas for the chloride ion cannot ionize in water. Right, so when ammonium ion ionize in water, it will react as a weak acid. So it will donate a proton to water and it will form ammonia and H3O plus ion. Since ammonium ion is came from a weak base, so it will undergoes hydrolysis partially to form ammonia and H3O plus. Since the product form here is H3O plus, ammonium chloride is an acidic salt. Salt that produce basic solution usually consists of an ion from weak acid and cation from strong base. So anion react as a weak base and it will form a basic solution. Right, so for example, let sodium ethanoate solution. Solid sodium ethanoate is 100% hydrolyzed in water and it will form sodium ion and ethanoate ion. Okay, so sodium ion cannot ionize in water because it came from strong base, that is sodium hydroxide. Okay, whereas for the ethanoate ion, it came from the weak acid, that is ethanoic acid. So it can ionize in water. Right, so in this reaction, ethanoate ion, it will react as a base since it can accept a proton from water. And it will form ethanoic acid and hydroxide ion. And this reaction is reversible since the anion came from weak acid. Right, so because of the product form is hydroxide ion, right? So sodium ethanoate is a basic salt with pH greater than 7. Right, so we can conclude that there are 3 types of salt. That is neutral salt, acidic salt, and basic salt. So neutral salt is a salt that is formed from the reaction of strong acid and strong base. Cation of the strong base and anion from the strong acid do not hydrolyze. So for example, like sodium chloride. So acidic salt is a salt that is formed from reaction of strong acid with weak base. So cation, only the cation that is came from the weak base can be hydrolyzed. For example, like ammonium chloride. Alright, so for the basic salt, is formed from reaction of weak acid and strong base. Only an ion that is came from the weak acid can be hydrolyzed. For example, like sodium ethanoate. Okay, for example, predict whether the following solutions, so mention here solution, will be acidic, basic, or neutral. Alright, so first of all, what should you do? So you have to write the dissociation equation of the solution in water. Since the question is already mentioned about solution, so therefore ammonium iodide is in aqueous. Right, so it 100% hydrolyzed in water and it will form ammonium ion, okay, and iodide ion. That is, both are in aqueous. Alright, so next, ammonium ion is a conjugate acid of weak base, that is ammonia. So, ammonium ion can be ionized or hydrolyzed in water to produce H3O+. Okay, whereas for iodide ion is a conjugate base of strong acid, that is Hi. So, iodide ion do not ionize or hydrolyze in water. Okay, so for the hydrolysis equation, right, so only for the cation that is referred to the ammonium ion. So ammonium ion, it will react as a weak acid. Okay, so it will donate a proton to H2O. And it will form ammonia and H3O+ ion. Okay, and then please remember this reaction is reversible reaction. So therefore you have to use reversible arrow. Why reversible reaction? Because the cation here came from weak base, that is ammonia. Right. So since H3O+ is formed, okay, therefore the solution of ammonium iodide is an acidic. Okay, for question B, so first of all, we have to write the dissociation of calcium chloride in water. Okay, since in the question mentioned about solution, so therefore calcium chloride is in aqueous. So it is 100% hydrolyzed into calcium ion and chloride ion. So both cation and anion are in aqueous. And you have to balance the equation. Alright, next, we analyze both of the ions. Okay. Alright, so for the cation, that is calcium ion, is the cation of strong base, that is calcium hydroxide. So it do not ionize in water. Okay. However, for the Cl minus is also a conjugate base that is of acid, that is HCl. So therefore, Cl minus ion also cannot ionize in water. Right, so therefore the solution is neutral. Okay, and then for C, so first we have to write the dissociation of KCN in water. Right, so KCN is in aqueous because a question mentioned about solution. So it is 100% ionized, so you have to use forward arrow. It will form K plus ion and Cn minus ion. And then we analyze for both ion. So K plus is the cation of strong base, that is KOH. So therefore, K plus do not ionize in water. Okay, Cn minus is a conjugate base of weak acid, that is HCN. So therefore, it can ionize in water to produce OH minus ion. Okay, next we have to write the hydrolysis equation, right? So for hydrolysis equation, Cn minus ion will react as a weak base because it can accept a proton from H2O and it will form HCN and OH minus ion. Right, so this reaction is reversible reaction since the anion, that is Cn minus ion, is a conjugate base of weak acid. Okay, because you have to use the reversible arrow. Right, so because the product form here is OH minus ion, so therefore the solution of KCN is a basic solution. Okay, so I think that's all for today. So we see again in the next lesson. Bye.